Hello, hello. We are live. Welcome all to another surprise uh you Darth uh Jedi Joey Karate Kid Legends rant slash review slash discussion because our other coworker decided to not show up for fucking 2 hours. How does this bro even have a fan base? Um, welcome, um,
Welcome,
Chosen
welcome.
and Beyond the Kai.
Yo, what's up?
My
Bro,
name.
who leaves their audience for 2 hours without any communication whatsoever?
Yeah,
Um, I don't know.
I don't know
I
what
don't
happened
know.
to Karate. I'm gonna be real with you. I was confused.
2 hours is insane. You do not start a stream and not show up. That's beyond dumb.
But this one is gonna be a rent because I
This
want to
is
see what.
this is a discussion, but it is definitely a rant. I just filmed my review and I'm pretty happy with the end result.
Okay, who wants? Should I go first with this movie? I
We'll
guess I.
start in a minute. I was gonna oh, if anybody else wants to join the open panel, guys, I'll also put a link in the chat for you guys if more people show up in the chat. But yeah, well, we'll go around the room because I know Underground is the nicest of our opinions, I think.
Oh yeah,
So
Underground did tell me that he liked this one, so
yeah. Hey, we love Deadpool. How are you doing, my friend?
what's up?
Welcome. Welcome. I'm glad you showed up to a stream that's on time. Appreciate you being here. Um, all right. Chosen, you want to give your main thoughts first?
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm gonna make it very simple. It was a bad movie. You know, that's the thing about this movie. It's so bad. Like, honestly, here's the thing though. I will admit, this movie had potential. If you look at the movie, it had potential. I'm gonna admit it. It really did have potential to be good. But Sony's like, you know what, guys? We're gonna make this a cash grab Karate Kid movie, which that's what they did.
You know,
Now, let
Sony
me.
just had to jizz all over it. They didn't care.
I'm gonna start with my positive because the positives are gonna be fast. Well, first positive, I actually like Lee Fong's character. He's the only one that I liked in this movie. He's actually a pretty cool kid. You know, I want to see more of him in the future. I think he's a pretty cool character. And then the second thing is the fights. I think the fights are actually pretty good. I will admit. But yeah, that's my two positives I have with this movie.
Okay.
My negatives. I mean, the third one is the post credit scene. I guess I can put that in my positives. I actually like the post credit scene. But yeah, everything else is freaking terrible. The story makes no sense. Some of the characters are not that interesting. The villain, Connor, he's terrible. He's a wannabe Robbie Keane. This is the true Robbie Keane, the one I have in my profile picture. That's
Yep.
true. And yeah, but this movie's terrible. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. I'm being nice, by the way. That's why I'm giving it a 4. I'm being nice. And I agree, Deadpool. He's basically the new Quan if Quan redeemed.
Yeah, I gave it a 4 out of 10 too, and let's see. Positives. Yeah, the Johnny cameo was hilarious. Easily the best part of the movie.
That's
I like
fair.
the end credit scene. I thought I'd be mad because I was hoping to see a future, but as I actually watched the end credit scene, I actually liked the end credit scene after seeing it in the full context. I think it actually really works. The fights are good. Sometimes I felt like the fights it was too stylized, so I felt like sometimes you couldn't always see the action, especially when you had the senseis run out to go and attack Li Fong, Daniel, and Mr. Han. I
Yeah.
noticed the camera was chopping and cutting left and right,
Yep.
which was pretty bad. But yeah, I mean, this is a really bad movie, guys. The movie was great, but the movie was so fast.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it was kind of fast though.
It moved fast.
That's
Um,
the thing I don't like about this movie.
I think it's too. I heard they cut off some percentage of it, but I think it is 2 hours, whatever time it's still too long. Even though it felt fast. If you guys love this movie, that's great. I really wanted to love this movie, but I can't stand for this Sony cash grab. Like this movie is legitimately, and I can't believe I'm going to use this comparison because this movie is actually fairly decent. This movie is Karate Kid Force Awakens where every single plot line is recycled and reused just for the new generation. Like,
And you know what's sad, Joe?
yeah.
It's sad that the next Karate Kid is better than this.
Yeah, I mean, you would think. I was thinking about that on my way to the movie, and I was like, yeah, it actually is better. And like, so you have Robbie Wannabe, even though I like Jackie Chan, I'm like, yeah, Daniel did not need to be in this movie. Okay, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I don't get the purpose of him
The
being in this
purpose was
movie.
the gimmick. They baited us. Sony wanted a hook, so they used. Also, let's talk about Sony for a minute. It's so stupid to me that in the final tournament of this movie, that Sony keeps putting their stupid little graphic all over the screen. Like, it's just so dumb. And the product placement in this movie with the Pepsi and stuff, it's not needed. And we knew the plot line was going to be bad, but dude, are you kidding me with the fucking we need to train the Kung Fu kid that has a couple lessons in Kung Fu, now he's going to train a boxer?
You know
Yeah.
what? I'm glad you brought that up,
Yeah.
Joe.
Like,
That
what?
part. I was like,
Hold on, Joe. I'm
what
glad
the
you brought that
heck?
up. You know why, Joe? Remember a long time ago the description we got where he's
Yeah.
gonna train the pizza guy? That's the thing that we're talking about.
Yeah, they still did that. They didn't take it out of the movie. They still kept it in.
Yeah, they did that.
You see, and I said this. Okay, and here's the
No,
thing.
I agree with you. We love Deadpool.
I'll talk about this seg, but I will say the whole brother's death thing. They should have done more with that. The brother's death.
I
They
agree.
should, like
They should have brought it forward more. I agree with that. I also think in the final tournament, they needed to do something better. I know that Li Fong had to win to get to the finals, but they should have made Li Fong struggle in the semifinals more. We needed an opponent that would be better. And God, you remember Chosen how you were talking about how they were being so secretive with who Connor's sensei was for this movie?
Yeah.
Bro, the sensei's a fucking bum in this movie.
Yeah.
I hated the whole fucking.
You know what?
The whole
I'm gonna
fucking
say-
mafia shit was stupid.
Here's the funny part, Joe. That sensei is basically John Kreese and Sensei Wolf, but the worst version.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Huh.
not nearly
Yeah.
as good.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
I
I
will
can see
say-
him having a career. We love Deadpool. I will say this. I do love Ben Wang in this movie. I do think he's really good.
He's the best part of this movie, honestly. Now I have to watch. Here's the thing about that Deadpool. I gave season 6, for I can remember. I gave season 6 a 6 out of 10. It's a 6 out of 10 is best. It's definitely better than Legends. I can definitely say
Yeah.
that.
No, I feel like one of the other things I noticed with this movie is, and one of the things I thought about was, like, when you look at this, when you look at some of this stuff, they underutilized even Ming-Na Wen. Like, I was like, what the fuck is Ming-Na Wen doing in this movie? Really, the mom jumping between grieving and then grieving her son, and then, oh, my son doesn't want to be in karate. Like, how does the mom, who supposedly has a big job in New York at a hospital, right? How does the mom have time to, like, go to a karate tournament, check in on the son consistently, always find out when he's up to no good? Like,
And you know another thing I don't like? How come Mr. Han barely had any screen time this one? Like,
so
he
my
was-
theory is that Jackie Chan is a very hard actor to get. And so my theory is that because I say this in my review, I thought I was so amped for this movie because I thought that when you get Jackie Chan, usually you pay the extra money to get Jackie Chan's stunt team. And you can tell, I agree about the tournament. It felt short. They didn't get Jackie Chan for more than 3 days, I think, when filming this movie.
You know what?
And-
I'm gonna say something crazy. And I'm
Yeah.
glad someone brought up the tournament. This is easily the worst tournament in any Karate Kid or Cobra Kai thing.
Yeah, it's pretty underwhelming when you really think about it. The final fight was cool. Like, it's got
Yeah.
some good moments in terms of action, but the tournament itself sucks.
Like we barely saw like the whole like tournament. Like we cut to this and then we cut to this. We cut to this, we cut to this. Like I want to see the actual thing.
Hey, I'm down for Rush Hour 4 with Jackie Chan. Jackie
The
Chan.
whole, I'm sorry,
that's, the thing,
bro.
that's the thing that upsets me is the fact that they underutilize even the greats, even like Jackie Chan. Like, Jackie Chan's not only not in this movie a lot, but what you you're gonna do a movie with Jackie Chan in the Karate Kid universe, and you only give him like barely 2 fight scenes when he sneaks up on Li Fong.
And Connor, bro, Connor. You know, I thought Connor would be a great villain.
I thought Connor
really
would be awesome, but they turned him into some cartoon know-it-all. Agreed, we love Deadpool.
I agree. It's like he's basically Robbie wannabe. And if Robbie saw Connor, I'm gonna say if Robbie saw Connor, he'd be laughing at him.
Well, I hope they get to meet because I'd love to see Robbie knock him on his ass.
I hope so.
Yeah.
No, yeah,
And he was,
like,
and that's the thing. Like Connor, they barely use Connor in this movie too. Like they just put him like a couple scenes and that's it. Like they should have built him up.
can I ask you guys this, as fans of the original Karate Kid? Was there any tropes that you recycled in this movie that really made you upset?
Like, what do you mean by that? Like
when they reused things from that makes this like a repeat of the other Karate Kid movies?
I mean, the whole a kid is in a new city. He's getting bullied, whatever. That whole thing.
Yeah, that one. Yeah.
They keep doing that. It just pisses me.
You know what I hated? The way that they wrote the romance in this movie really pissed me off, because the moment where like Ben Went's like, oh, Li Fong's like, we're friends, and then he freaks out because he's training the dad and he sees Mia with
Connor,
and he just freaks out about it. I'm like, what the hell, man? Like, and then all of a sudden they're in the elevator, and right as he's like training for a fight and getting ready for fight night, they like all of a sudden want to smooch each other before the dad.
Deadpool. I actually think Sensei Wolf should recruit Connor. Even though I don't like Connor's movie, I think they should do a better job with him. I think the writers, the big three, should do a better job with Connor's character.
I have a video about Connor being recruited coming out later this week, and I also have a video about, I mentioned that Chang will not just be recruited, he'll be a sensei.
Yeah, because Chang is an adult now, right?
Chang's an adult. When you see Chang next, he's going to be by Wolf's side. He's not going to be a student. He'll be a teacher.
Yeah, so he's going to be a teacher. And then, so I think Connor is coming out. I think
Connor will take Axel's place.
Li Fong is going to probably... You know what I want to see,
Li Fong will join Miyagi-Do, but I want him to join Cobra Kai.
You know the thing I want to see, Joe?
Yeah.
If we get a Robbie and Tori spinoff, I hope Li Fong is in the Robbie and Tori spinoff.
That'd be interesting.
Maybe Robbie...
I'm really interested to see where they take Li Fong next. I thought the jokes in this movie were corny. Not a lot of them landed. It was too cheesy. I mean, this movie, the aspect ratio for this movie is crazy. Yeah, you're right about that. We love Deadpool. They literally are in this movie, and I could tell this movie felt like it was shot for streaming, not for theatrical. Like the way that the aspect ratio was changing, and it was just bad.
I'm sorry, but I'm glad you brought up the jokes thing. How did Johnny, who was actually in the cameos, had better jokes than everyone else in this movie?
Yeah, honestly, the only thing that landed was the end credit scene. I thought the end credit scene was actually very funny.
Yeah, because everyone in my theater
online.
Everyone in my theater was laughing in that scene too.
Yeah, that's how Johnny is.
I'm glad they didn't change Johnny's character. Thank God.
Not because we know Johnny is the best character one of the best characters in the Miyagiverse. He just gets better with age, like a fine wine.
I just feel like they could have done so much better with this movie. I feel like this movie did have. I could see the potential.
I mean, there's a lot of potential for it. I mean, if they wouldn't have made it a cash grab, I think they could have done potential. I'll say something even bolder. If they end up making this movie, if this movie makes enough money that they do some sort of sequel or some sort of other plan that they do later, and they hire better writers and don't just stitch this thing together, they could
you know what,
they could have something really special.
I'm glad you brought it up. I feel like they should just get the big three to do the sequel.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, they're gonna have to. They're gonna have to get Cobra Kai involved somewhere later down the line.
And also, I want to bring something up about spinoffs. I don't want, because now after watching this movie, I don't want unnecessary spinoffs anymore.
Yeah.
None of that. Like, the only spinoffs that I do think are necessary, and obviously prequel is involved in this, the Robbie and Tori spinoff, the Miyagi prequel, and the Iron Dragons prequel. Those are the three things that I think that we should just get. Everything else, the Sam Okinawa thing, no thank you. We don't need that.
I mean,
That's,
I'm down for the Chosen and Mike spinoff if it happens.
I mean, the Chosen Mike one, that one's pretty cool because because I'm gonna be honest,
Those characters are underutilized, so
That's the thing.
I would love to see more of them.
so that I'm okay with. And even the new generation, the younger generation, I'm fine with seeing
Yeah.
them again.
I'm kind of. Can I talk to you about the Miyagi prequel for a minute? Actually,
Yeah,
I'm actually worried about the Miyagi prequel after this movie.
yeah, because that's the thing. Like after seeing
Because
this movie,
did you guys feel like you want to know something crazy? I knew this movie was gonna be bad, even with all the reviews and stuff. And I already expected bad things. But you know, in the moment I knew this movie was gonna be bad, was when I was sitting in the theater, and when I realized that they're starting the movie with Daniel's story for the people that have probably never seen the original Karate Kid movies or Cobra Kai, right? And
yeah,
when they start telling the story, of like what happened, like with the history of Miyagi karate, the way they were telling it with like the different like animations and stuff, that told me that Sony wants to be the one to do the Miyagi prequel, and
no,
that scares me.
no, Sony, you're not touching that project.
I
But yeah,
agree. If the
I was gonna-
Big Three was involved in Legends, it would have been better.
that's the thing. Like I think it would have been better, and I think Daniel would have been more in the movie. But yeah, I was gonna say like I don't want. I know a lot of people want this spinoff. I don't want the Sam spinoff. I'm sorry. No, thank you. I'm good. Not even the Hawk and Dimitri spinoff. Those spinoffs are unnecessary. So I know some people say, "Oh, but Silvio, we need to see more Sam." Go watch Cobra Kai then, if you want to see more Sam. Go watch that show.
I mean, some people just want to see where her story can continue when she's the focus.
I just feel like that people need to realize that she had her ending in Cobra Kai. Like Cobra Kai season 6 gave us a perfect ending with the
But
main
you can't
four.
deny that the ending of Cobra Kai set up Sam's future. By
I'm even if it happens, I'm not watching. I'm sorry. No, thank you. I'm good.
you're just not a fan of it, huh? You just don't want to see it.
No, I'll rather watch
yeah.
the Tor and Robbie.
My first positive is the whole Mr. Miyagi plot. The fact that they showed a flashback of that scene of in Karate Kid 2. That was awesome to me.
They literally played that song.
Yeah.
We Love Deadpool. They played that song 9 times in the movie. And the reason why, one of my biggest problems with this movie, the soundtrack for this movie was horrid because all Sony did was literally reuse all their songs that they basically own the rights to.
Yeah, no. The songs are not that good.
They could have had an original score. They could have done a million other better things. But no, this is just a cash grab to them. They don't care.
Karate Kid 10. Oh, okay.
No, it's a huge cash grab. They don't care about this movie. Sony just wants to make money. And they literally are making in-universe jokes to themselves. Like, you think it was an accident that they're making jokes about Peter Parker in this movie? It was because literally Sony, owning the rights, like, oh, let's make jokes about Spider-Man.
No. I'm sorry, that joke did not make me laugh. I'm sorry. I mean, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Speaking
I
of
agree with you,
soundtrack,
love Deadpool.
Deadpool, I'm glad you brought it up. The best part about season 6, even though I think season 6 is the weakest season, the best part about season 6 is the soundtrack.
Yeah, the season 6 soundtrack was pretty good.
Iron Dragons soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. Rise of Quan.
Rise of Quan, yep. There's what else? Even the Mortal Kombat one too.
Yeah. Like I just feel like this movie is very unnecessary, and honestly, like people can look at it whatever way they want. Like just because, look, I still think the worst movie to hit theaters this year is still, and people might hate me for this take, but I still think Brave New World is the worst movie to come out this year.
Yeah.
But I'll say this. Karate Kid Legends is not far behind it.
The best so far, for me personally, from what I'm seeing so far, I think the best movie I've seen in theaters so far is Thunderbolts.
That's because you haven't seen Sinners, bro.
Bro, if I seen Sinners, I'll probably say Sinners, but
because I would say Sinners first, then Thunderbolts, then everything else.
But I do think though, by the end of the year, I have a feeling I know it's gonna be the best movie I've seen in theaters. I think it's gonna be Superman.
Yeah, I think most people agree with that. I'm just excited the Ballerina's coming out pretty soon, man. That's gonna be great.
That comes.
Let's see. We got a private chat. The private message. I like how Mr. Hahn told Daniel how he knew Mr. Miyagi. That part was to me was cool.
Me personally, I didn't find that cool. In my opinion, I don't get why or where this whole Mr. Hahn knew Mr. Miyagi. Like where did this come from?
Yeah, because I think because I mean when you really look at Sean Chandler had a fan page about Jackie Chan for years, and if you're a Jackie Chan fan,
yeah,
this movie is definitely a disservice, I feel. Like, I've been a Jackie Chan fan since the old days. I have the entire collection of all his movies. And the fact that this movie, that's amazing. We love Deadpool. The fact that this movie is literally like that, I think is bullshit.
You know what? I'm going to say something crazy. I think this movie should flop. I don't care. It should flop. I'm going to say it.
It should flop because then it will teach them a lesson. If Sony's allowed to continue to do what they do, it's not going to be good. Like I was talking to Melissa earlier on the phone. She doesn't believe me because she has so much faith in the big three. If we get a sequel to this movie, the Miyagi-verse is done.
Yeah, I'm done with Miyagi-verse. I'm actually done with Miyagi-verse. I'm quitting. I'm done if we get a sequel.
Like I'm telling you, if we get a sequel to this, if they let Sony be in the hands, if the writers don't get off their ass and start making moves with Netflix to get these spin-offs fucking done, since they claim they care so much about them, like I'm getting sick and tired of waiting. I know it's been a while since not that long since Cobra Kai ended, but I'm sick and tired of people saying, "Oh, this thing's gonna happen soon. Oh, it's gonna happen this time."
I just want my boy Robbie win a trophy, please, bro.
Yeah.
I just want to see that.
Let's just get concrete evidence of things happening before this thing crashes and burns. Because if Sony has their way, they're gonna burn this universe out like they did the Spider-Man universe without Spider-Man. So
see, that's the thing. That's the thing, Deadpool. I feel like what they should have done, because it doesn't feel like a freaking either movie. I feel like they should put Legends on Netflix. Because it just doesn't feel like a movie you can watch on the big screen.
Does anybody else feel like that Mia's actress was what was a Haley Steinfeld knockoff?
Yes.
You know what's even funnier about that? I was going to mention to you guys. You know what the best way to describe this movie is?
Yeah.
It is, and I can't believe I'm going to say this because I know they didn't make this movie. This movie is essentially when you look at the tropes. I don't even know this. Did you know Mia's actress played live action Kim Possible on Disney Channel?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting that Sony owns this movie because a lot of this movie felt like a Disney Channel original movie to me, honestly. That's how bad some of the acting was.
Wow. Like, no, that's the thing though, Joe, because when I was watching the movie, every time she says something, I'm like, bro, just stop, bro.
Was she just going to pick up her wand and start doing the Disney Channel intro?
Also, can I say something? I noticed another actor that's in the movie, and why is he in this movie? The actor who's from the It movie, Stanley. Why were you in this movie, bro? You know what I'm talking about, Joe? The guy from It, Stanley, the one that died.
Oh my god. He was the nerdy kid that was trying to set them up on the date, his tutor.
Why would you accept that movie, bro?
That's so dumb. Sony doesn't even own the rights to that movie. That's why would you bring that actor in here? That makes no sense. Yeah, Legends would have been better as a Netflix film. I agree with that take. We love Deadpool.
I feel like some people, and like you mentioned earlier about Melissa saying that we need to have faith on the writers. I just feel like people need to realize that not everything about the Miyagi-verse is perfect.
And I was trying to tell Melissa, the writers made a lot of big mistakes with Cobra Kai, and she acts like the writers will fix everything. And I'm like, but they don't even admit their own mistakes.
Well, you see, this is the problem. Watch season 6. Watch it again, and you'll see that, there's so many bad parts about season 6 that they messed up on.
Daniel saying, let's make a Karate Kid wasn't said in the movie.
That's a good point. Where was that line?
It got cut.
You see, this is... I mean, I'm kind of glad it was on the movie. If it was in the movie, I would be pissed off.
You would have been mad if that line was in it?
Yeah, I'll actually leave the theater. I'm not even joking. So thank you. That's the one thing Sony did right. I will say that.
I bet Karate would have gone even more on a tangent. Has anybody heard from Karate? Has he at least made a community post about his stream still sitting there? Because I went back at 11 o'clock and the fucking stream was still sitting on waiting for Karate.
It was just true. Are we surprised, Deadpool?
I'm not surprised. Literally, to sidetrack from the movie for a minute, who does that? If you guys have been following Karate for a long time, how often does Karate make his fans, when he says he's doing a live stream, how much does he make people wait that long?
So it's not. I think sometimes I notice that he's usually late, and he does start the stream eventually. But this is the first time he started so late.
2 hours is not acceptable.
Yeah.
When I look at
that's the thing. I was so excited to talk to him about this movie, how terrible it was.
Well, yeah, because he was the one that was telling people it was going to be so bad, and he was right.
I mean, he's right about that. It is pretty bad. Oh man, he was right about that. It was pretty bad. This movie's not.
I still didn't even watch his review on it yet because I was waiting to. I felt if I watch his review before I watch the movie, it's going to ruin my experience of the movie. So I thought, let's watch. What I did is I didn't watch any reviews until after I watched the movie because I wanted to be able to form my own opinion first.
But then you realize how terrible this one is.
Then I realized that everyone is gonna hate this movie no matter what, so it doesn't matter. But I gotta watch those reviews later.
Bro, I just don't. Man, if they make a sequel, Miyagi-verse, it's over. It's over.
Yeah, I mean, it's just that's the plan with the end credit scene is clearly to insinuate that they have plans for a sequel, even though it's a comedy bit. You can tell that's what they're initiating.
Hey guys, we're gonna do a Karate Kid Legends 2. Get ready.
Because we're Sony, we had cash grab, we have money galore of everything. I mean, I'll be honest with you guys. I want to do this stream with you guys, but I'm probably not going to do this stream very long because it's almost 12:30, and I don't know what time we'll end it yet, but I just don't plan on doing this stream a lot because this movie does not deserve a lot of attention because it's pretty straightforward in terms of. Also, I have to get up early, so I'm kind of tired. But and I have to finish editing my review. But for the most part, I just feel, and I want to get on Rivals for a little bit because I want to. Actually, while I'm in the stream, I should actually load in. I want to see. I want to try out Ultron.
Is it for this movie, there were some things they could have done better.
Well, this was Sony, bro. They were gonna fuck up no matter what.
That's the thing.
Sony always lets us down.
Ever since Venom 2, Ever since Venom 2, they've been screwing up so bad. Like
To be
Carnage.
fair, to be fair, I like Venom 3 as a movie. I do. I
I
do.
think Venom 3, from what I'm seeing, is definitely slightly better than Venom 2. Because Venom 2, it did my boy Carnage dirty, bro. I'm so mad about that.
Yeah, man, they didn't want to respect their characters.
Like, bro, this character had so much potential. And then you have freaking Morbius, Madam Web, and Craven, which
I still not even saw Craven, but I've heard it's bad.
yeah, that is true, Depo, but at the same time, it's not saying much.
Yeah, he had more time, screen time by like a little bit, but it still was like they. This is why you got the whole Force Awakens comparison because it felt like they were trying to shoehorn. Um, Felt like they were literally trying to shoehorn even
Speaking of
their screen time in.
speaking of Force Awakens, you guys remember when people thought that Finn will be the Jedi of the movie? Well, yeah, yeah.
I don't even know who the writers were of this movie, but it's just like some of the stuff, like some of the acting and writing for some of these characters are like, this is really
Yeah, I'm
bad.
gonna search up who is the writer for this. I want to search this up because this does not seem right to me. All
You think
right,
they just what do you think made them disrespect Mr. Miyagi's legacy?
I agree. I kind of do agree with that. Like, as I know, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, but CVL, this is interesting. Oh, this is interesting." No, it's not. Honestly, I was never even intrigued by the Miyagi plot in season 6. It never really interested me that much. And calling it now, when Joe mentioned earlier, I'm very worried that they're gonna ruin his character when we get more of these stuff.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I
Because
think a lot of
Miyagi,
I think a lot of people just say, "Oh, Ralph Macchio will never allow that to happen," or all those things. But like, people don't understand how Hollywood works, and if somebody wants to do something, they'll do it.
like, people don't realize how much of a great character Mr. Miyagi is. Like, he's a great character. He's one of the best characters I've seen in the Karate Kid franchise. And the fact that they're disrespecting him in this movie by doing the whole plot makes me feel sad, you know?
Yeah. Hmm.
And I do agree with Karate on that because it just doesn't. Alright, who is the writer? Okay, there we go. Okay, who's this?
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I used to think that Ralph Macchio was this great person that cared about Miyagi's legacy, but this movie goes against everything that he stands for. He said he would never he would I mean he should have been making plenty of money on Cobra Kai, but he needed a little bit of money just to get a little bit of a paycheck from Sony. So he had to take this movie. Like that's wild to me. How can you say you care about Mr. Miyagi's legacy 1 second, and then they offer you a part, you're gonna make a $250 million, get a little cameo in Karate Kid Legends. Like, really?
You know what's crazy? I looked at one of the writers for this movie. The writer made Peter Rabbit. What else did they make? Goosebumps 2, the Goosebumps 2 movie. Wow, yeah, no, no, no.
Peter
This
Rabbit is
person.
not good.
Okay, but how is this other writer? I don't get the other writer because he was also involved with Karate Kid 3. How is he involved with Legends if he's involved with Karate Kid 3?
Well, some people work on multiple projects and do different things than what you expect they do.
So, and they even made the original Karate Kid 2. So I'm like, bro, are you serious?
Yeah, the first part of this movie, um, oh, I do admit, was a little slow.
They even made the person that wrote Chronicle Legends were even involved with Taken. If you've seen that movie,
Sounds good. We love Deadpool. Great to have you here, buddy.
Uh, uh, do you guys agree that this uh first part was a little slow or fast?
it was fast. Like if you really look at the movie, like once we got to the opening, you know, we saw Li Fong. He's back in his place where he's from, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, we're in New York, and then we're getting quickly. He meets Mia quickly. We get to the whole thing of him meeting Connor quickly. He's training with Mr. Han. It's like going fast. I'm like, bro, slow it down a little bit. We need to see where these characters are gonna go for this movie.
I agree.
And Connor, bro, and I was excited to see Connor go crazy in this movie, but then they're like, nope, sorry, pal, not gonna see that.
Yo, dude, why did Connor remind me of Ned?
I mean, yeah, that's true. I just
Oh
and
my god.
and Lewis Tan, you want to recruit this guy to your Sensei Wolf or Iron Dragons team? Seriously, you could have just gotten someone else. But you're like, nope, let's get Connor. Let's get this guy. Let's get this guy.
Yeah, the fact that he was uh kick uh boxing Li Fong, I just laughed at that scene right there.
Honestly,
Yeah.
if I was Sensei Wolf personally, I would have recruited Yoon instead of Connor.
I still think he might still get Yoon.
Because Yoon is actually a pretty interesting. Actually, you know what? It makes too much sense because Sensei Wolf is probably going to try to manipulate Yoon and say, "Hey, Robbie Keane fought your one of your classmate Quan. Do you remember that? Like he's gonna like manipulate him to think that oh yeah, Quan fought Robbie, and Robbie wanted to get revenge on Quan. And actually, now thinking about it, Robbie was actually rivals with both Quan and Yoon. If you really think about it.
Yeah.
I'll be down to see Robbie versus Yoon, honestly.
I mean, they could definitely set up Yoon for more. I think that even with Connor being like seeming interesting, I think they could set up some stuff with Yoon that would make it work.
Yeah, and writers. I want to talk to you for a sec. You could have just used Quan as the future of the Miyagi-verse, but you're like, nope, we're gonna kill him off. You made the biggest mistake, writer. You're like,
What if they did what they did with Lee Fong in this movie? What if they made Quan redeemed, and then Quan just became one of the main characters in the Miyagi verse?
I'll be fine with that because here's the thing I don't understand. No, you're not, Connor. You suck. Quan and Yoon would destroy you, buddy. Get out of here. Especially Quan. Quan would knock you out, bro.
Jordan, is that not one of your accounts?
No, I don't know who that is. I'm gonna be real. I was just telling Connor Day. And by the way, that's a terrible name. Connor Day? Like, what?
Who came up with his last name? That's like crazy.
Who came out the last name, actually? That's a good question. But yeah, Connor would knock you out. Connor. He would knock you out like that. Like how he did to Diego. No head, no fight.
Yeah.
But Joe, that's the thing. I feel like they should have done more with Quan's character in the future instead of killing him off.
Yeah, that would have been great.
I mean, you could have had Quan, like even though he lost to Robbie and Axel, you could have had Quan get recruited by Sensei Wolf.
Yeah, you could have done a lot of better things.
So you're telling me you could use Zara in the future, we can't use Quan? Seriously?
Yeah, even though they were friends, they probably would have gotten along really well.
I mean, that's the thing I wanted to see. Like, my pitch was that, oh, you see Quan in the Iron Dragons, and then him and Zara start dating. That was my
I would
idea.
like to see Quan get a girlfriend.
I mean, Quan and Zara would get along quickly. You can already sense it.
They'd be a
And
pretty good.
Underground
They'd
knows
be
this.
a pretty good couple.
Yeah. You'll see me in the future, Miyagi-verse. Yeah, and I can't wait to see Robbie knock you out, Connor.
Robbie's gonna make what Li Fong did to you, but mercy, bro. How do you guys feel about the new move that Li Fong kept trying to do and then finally succeeded in
I
the
think
end?
it's actually pretty interesting. Like I do like the kick. I think it's really cool, honestly.
I think it takes too
I
much
like it
time
too,
in a hard
honestly.
situation to get it ready. But other than that, I like it. Bye,
Yes.
Thor.
Bye, Thor.
Of us. So, what did you guys think of the songs in this movie?
I mean, we were talking about it. We were saying that
Oh,
we think the soundtrack is utter garbage.
Yeah. Yeah, the music is terrible. Honestly, I feel like watching the season 6 soundtrack again just by.
I mean, I was getting. I never thought I would get sick of California Love, but man, they played it 9 times in this movie.
oh my God! Yeah, I
Also,
did notice that.
it doesn't make sense to play it like when they show up to Daniel. When Mr. Han goes to get Daniel, that's such a weird. We're not even in like. Why would you play that song at that moment?
I mean, I'm fine if they played it once, but playing it constantly it just makes no sense to me.
I
Oh,
did notice there is one part of the music I did enjoy. Where did you notice how when they're in the last bit of the tournament, and right when Li Fong's about to get the last point,
Yeah.
they played the Daniel Crane kick.
they did.
That's the
Yeah.
best. That's the best.
Oh my God! I did notice that.
That's the best music or soundtrack in this movie by far.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool." Yeah, it's a real shame. Like this movie had potential, and it could have been amazing, and unfortunately, just didn't live up to that potential.
And by the way, Hector is coming back soon, so don't get.
Did you hear that news soon? Or is that just the icing on the cake for karate?
I even, you know what's funny? Because I was looking at his one of his videos. I think it was the one that he made recently. He was ranking the movies and the seasons of Cobra Kai. And I said, because in one part of the video he said, oh, first the season 5 one, he's like, oh, the Hector storyline, the whole Hector thing led to Nora. I'm like, no, it didn't, karate. It's gonna lead somewhere. We're getting a spinoff of Miguel and Hector.
And when I heard that, I immediately heard Tommy say, "Get him in a body bag." Oh, you did Underground?
Yeah. Oh my God!
That's another problem I have with this movie, and I'm glad you brought it up. I don't know why they only showed Connor. Like, why didn't they show the other students besides Connor?
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, uh, so what did you guys think of Li Fang joining Miyagi though?
I mean, it makes sense.
I think he should join Cobra Kai, me personally.
I think he should. I think he would get along with Johnny better, personally. Maybe that will change over time, though.
I mean, hey, like imagine we get the younger generation Cobra Kai movie with Lee Fong, Kenny, Anthony, and Devin, and you see Johnny just training Lee Fong. And we could even see a Kenny and Lee Fong sparring match.
That'd be crazy. I feel bad for Kenny. Kenny and Devin, though. I don't know if they could keep up with Lee Fong.
I think Kenny could. I think Kenny would destroy Lee Fong. I'm sorry.
Really?
I mean, Kenny.
Oh,
I mean,
damn.
shit.
Oh, Lee
Here's
Fong
the
has way more training than Kenny.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, to be fair, if you've seen Cobra Kai, they don't care about how long they've been training for because Kenny only trained for a year and he was already one of the better fighters all of a sudden. So I wouldn't put that past that. And I do think though that Lee Fong would put up a good fight, but I do think Kenny would get the upper hand at the end. I think they're very close, honestly, in terms of level.
I don't know. I don't think we've seen the kind of stuff from Kenny.
I mean, let's be honest. If we're talking now, and I'm sorry to say this to the Hawk fans because, Hawk used to be one of the greatest fighters, but it seems like now, from what I'm seeing from the show, Kenny is a better fighter than Hawk. What I'm seeing from the show now.
Yeah.
And I want to.
Well, he does know the silver bullet.
I just don't like it though because Hawk is supposed to be Miguel and Robbie's level. That's where Hawk is supposed to be. We're not gonna, and Joe knows this too because we've seen how Hawk used to be when as a fighter. We've seen it before.
Do you want to know why I think they changed that? And I still don't think this is a good excuse, but I've been thinking about it more lately, and I might make a video about it one of these days. I think they dropped Hawk's power level down because I don't think the writers understood power scaling balances, and I think there was a decent chance that when they were competing for the second Taikai and when they were setting up halls that they're setting up, Wolf will teach me the Shao and Sunset technique. Oh, really? I was gonna say I think there's a chance that people might get mad at me for this, but I think you go back to their strongest eras, like back in season 3. I think season 3 Hawk is stronger than all versions of Miguel and Robbie. And I think that there is a chance that Hawk with defense and proper motivation would have been so dangerous. They didn't want Hawk to be at the same level as Robbie and Miguel because we know who would win between the three of them.
So that's why, Joe. And here's the thing, Joe. Quan even
point though.
One of my friends even brought this up. This is why season 4 is getting worse and worse on my favorites now because the whole season 4 was a big mess. Cobra Kai season 4 was a big mess, and you had my boy win the tournament, but then they don't do anything with that. So yeah, season 4 is one of the worst seasons now. It's literally one of the worst seasons. If they actually did something with Hawk's character, I would love season 4 more. But nope, they're like, nope, let's put that season down. Like, season 3 is still the best season. They gave us a perfect season 3, and I thought maybe, season 3 was so good, maybe season 4 could be even better. But they're like, nope, bam, it went down.
I think that season went down because of Netflix's marketing decisions.
It's not only the marketing, because I think, season 4, no, it's not actually the marketing. Season 4 had the most marketing. It's the writing. That's the problem. The writing. Yes, I'm going to say the writing is trash. Some parts of the writing in that season was trash. Yes, was it cool to see Terry Silverback? Yes. But some of the writing was terrible. I'm going to just admit it. I'm not going to ignore the writing for that season, because they should have just let Robbie win. You build it up, and you just took it away. The same thing with season 6. You build up, you take it away. These stupid writers. Yeah,
mistakes.
Their name is the Bum 3 now. That's what I'm gonna call them, the Bum 3.
You're calling them the Bum 3 now, huh?
And I don't know if you saw it in one of their posts back in part 3 came out. If you look at the comments in that post, people were hating on John Hurwitz the way they treated Robbie's character.
Did he respond to it or what?
No, and that's a big problem with John Hurwitz. John Hurwitz doesn't realize that people don't like Part 3. Because you did do Robbie terribly.
How did he not realize that people didn't like Part 3?
That's the problem that he doesn't really understand. He's like, oh, but guys, this is nostalgia. It's fan service. You got Miguel winning. Yeah, but the fan service doesn't work, John Hurwitz. That's the thing you don't understand from your mind. It doesn't always work. Fan service doesn't always work. It worked for John.
It has to be executed perfectly for it to work.
It worked when Johnny won the Sakateka, but it never worked when Miguel won because they never built it up properly. And I don't know why Miguel needed to win. Like, what was the purpose of Miguel winning? Like, you only did it because you wanted to please the Miguel fans because they're going to start crying like a little baby about it if he didn't win the tournament. Stupid fans. I wish Miguel was the Miyagi-Do captain so he can get his knee. No, I'm not going to say. I don't want to piss the Miguel fans off. Because if Miguel was the Miyagi-Do captain, he would have gotten his knee broken by Axel, not Robbie.
Why are you feeling sorry for the mistreating of Like, why feel sorry for that shit?
I don't know. Because that's the thing, Joe. Because I know a lot of Miguel fans after when Part 1 came out, they wanted Miguel to be the captain, but they don't realize that if Miguel was the captain, he would have gotten his knee broken, not Robbie.
And I don't think a lot of people realize it wouldn't have been his knee.
Oh wait, what do you mean?
They would have rehashed season 3.
Season 3. Yeah, because and then Miguel gets injured, and then Robbie becomes the Cobra Kai captain. He replaces Juan.
Yep.
Yeah, Miguel fans, maybe next time start thinking before saying something. Because that's what would have happened, Miguel fans. If that's what you wanted, that's what happened. Honestly, I might even make a TikTok post about this because they might see this on TikTok. I'm gonna make a TikTok post about this. Let's see what the Miguel fans say about this. They're probably gonna start realizing that he's right. Maybe Miguel shouldn't have been the Miyagi-Do captain.
How many edited videos have you seen now about people glazing Li Fong after Karate Kid Legends?
I haven't really seen anything. Oh, hey Jake, I see you in the chat.
Hey Jake, how's everything at the cabin?
I might actually see if anyone's glazing Li Fong at this moment. Hold on.
How's everything going, Jake?
Going good. Laura just went to bed. Okay.
Did you guys have fun? Jake, do you guys not sleep together in the same bed when you're there? I know I like to have snuggles when I'm in a relationship. When I'm with my girl, I'd be sleeping, being peaceful. Fuck off, Psylocke. Dang it, now I can't get that fucking song out of my head right now.
What song?
I just keep hearing California Love in my head.
Oh my god.
That's what happens when you play it 9 fucking times. Nine times is overkill, bro. I mean, you're dating. That's as serious as it gets. You wouldn't say that you guys are pretty serious, Jake? How many dates have you been on now? Oh, my eyes are already getting droopy, so I probably won't be doing this for much longer. I do have to get up at 8, so I definitely don't mind. But I have lots more planned for everything, so it all works out. Anybody else feel like that we barely got any training before the tournament?
Yeah, I didn't notice that actually.
Also, what about the fact that in New York, the way that Daniel and Mr. Hahn are literally committing child abuse to this kid?
Oh my god! Oh my god! That was crazy.
Like, I like Daniel, bro, but the way he was throwing Li Fong was unacceptable. I get
Yeah,
it,
that
dude.
was crazy. Yeah. I was like, what the hell are they doing in that scene?
They're beating the kid, man. That's what they're doing. Damn California love can't get out of my head. I just keep hearing that song now.
Oh, yeah. And I noticed that they remixed the song too.
Of course they did, because I want to be able to reuse it. Fucking hey. Shit, the Ultron's a pain in the ass. Oh, Connor, you're a Stranger Things fan? When did you become a Stranger Things fan, Connor?
Chosen, are you sure Connor isn't you?
No, I'm literally talking to someone on Discord. That's why I'm doing the. You can hear my
Oh,
key.
What are you talking about, Joe? Quan Glazer?
No, I'm talking to someone on Discord about the movie.
What were you talking to them about?
Bro, this guy said that the freaking the heroes of the fight between Li Fong and Connor is better than Robbie versus Quan. That's
oh,
so
what?
it's
Oh,
Robbie versus Quan is so much better than that. But I'm
well,
sorry.
people are just glazing it, man. That's what they do. People be glazing everything, man, no matter what. Jake, how much Ultron did you get to play today? It's almost 1 o'clock, so we'll go for a little bit longer, then we'll cut it off. Because I do have to go to bed. I just wanted to play one round of Ultron in this game first. Fuck. People keep hogging fucking Ultron in this match. It's fucking gay. Fine, I'll play Punisher for a little bit. Better fucking get off Ultron. How do you like him so far, Jake? Did you play enough to really get a feel for his abilities? Also, guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm moving on Sunday officially, guys, to my new place. So things are
Oh, that's cool. I thought you already moved.
No.
Oh, okay.
June 1st, boss. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, the fact that this movie has has Jackie Chan in it, Ralph Macchio, Ming Na Wen, and Joshua Jackson in it. Um, because those are my four fifth favorite.
What has Joshua Jackson been in before?
Um, um, he played he played in Scream 2, and he also played in Dawson's Creek.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I haven't seen that show in such a long time.
It actually wasn't very forced. I actually watched the movie. It actually makes more sense than you think, Jake. But they are really trying to force him in to the movie, try and make themselves more money for the sequel. I'll say this much: if Johnny gets more screen time than Daniel in the sequel, I'll be happy though. I actually think if Johnny was in Daniel's place in this movie, I think this movie actually would have been better. You still talking on Discord, Chosen, or do you have thoughts on what I said?
Yeah, and still.
If Johnny switched places with Daniel, and we had Johnny had way more screen time, you think this movie would be better?
It would still not be that great, but I do think Johnny would make the movie kind of better, especially with the comedy and humor he has.
Oh, that makes sense, Jake. Oh, did you see the movie, Jake, already?
I think he saw it last night. I think.
Mm.
Okay. I didn't know you saw it, Jake. You're usually behind on some of your movies, so I didn't know that you weren't right away.
Yeah, like Chosen said, I um uh s- um some some of the fight scenes were cool,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
No, I think there was some was cool. I will say I did notice that during the stuff with Jackie Chan and Daniel, that they were
Yeah.
hiding some things because they were doing really weird camera angles. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. I also noticed. Do you guys think Daniel hasn't been doing karate since the Sekai Taikai? Like he's been teaching it, but you don't think he's been training himself lately, right?
Um, I don't know, honestly. I mean, he could.
Yeah, I was
Up,
wondering because I noticed his techniques were like just exactly the same what we're used to seeing. Um, I knew you guys were going, so I figured I'd go. And my theater handed out some pretty badass headbands. Really? They gave out awesome headbands? How many did you get, Jake? You just got one?
on a Connor's saying that you didn't read his message.
Oh, Li Fong doing the jump against the subway was hilarious. Yeah, that was pretty funny. Chosen's really talking in depth on Discord.
Someone was just mentioning because, bro, people are already glazing Connor. You're saying, oh, Connor would Robbie would struggle against Connor. I'm like, bro, Robbie went to a world tournament. I guarantee you, Connor would never even like make it to the first round.
I mean, you never know with the right teacher, man.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that uh that uh Connor's dojo was named freaking damn what was his dojo's name? Oh yeah, uh Demolition. I think it was.
Yeah. I think I'm getting a little tired pretty soon. Bro, I still can't believe what happened to me earlier. Yeah, man, that's so crazy that happened to you, Jake. Can't believe they added new race skins in the item shop.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I think I'm going to call it. I'm getting pretty tired.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for being in the stream.
All right.